This was my home, and I felt as strongly about protecting and serving as anyone else.
The only African-American Women's Army Corps unit to serve in Europe during World War II.
People of Birmingham, England treated us as heroes. It was very different from
Africans and African Americans fought for freedom at home and abroad during World War II.
This is Africa, the cradle of mankind's birth, where powerful kingdoms arose with stories of worth. A youth-filled land, the youngest population, with diamonds and cocoa from its fertile foundation, exemplary leaders, their legacy told. Nkrumah, Mandela, their spirits bold. From Johnson Sirleaf's Liberia, where freedom lies, and her first female leader, so wise. Let courage and dreams unite as one for a brighter tomorrow where greatness is spun. In this beautiful, colorful, and friendly domain, greatness awaits, where hopes shall not wane, where tales of triumph weave a tapestry. Welcome to Today in African History.
On this day, in 1945, the Japanese surrendered on VJ Day, ending World War II. Victory over Japan, or VJ Day, would officially be celebrated in the United States. On the day, formal surrender documents were signed aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. Africans and African Americans fought for freedom at home and abroad during World War II. In the face of racism and segregation, black men and women served in every branch of the armed services during World War II. More than 1 million Africans and African American men and women served in every branch of the United States Armed Forces during World War II. But as welcome as victory over Japan was, the day was bittersweet in light of the war's destructiveness. More than 400,000 Americans and an estimated 65 million people worldwide had died in the conflict. As historian Donald L. Miller, PhD, wrote in his book, The Story of World War II, it was too much death to contemplate, too much savagery and suffering, and in August 1945, no one was counting. For those who had seen the face of battle and been in the camps and under the bombs and had lived, there was an immense sigh of relief. The war was over. VJ Day, Victory over Japan Day, exactly 78 years ago, celebrated in the United States of America. Next, 1966, September 1st. Pictured here is professional baseball player Frank Robinson. He was named MVP of the American League in a unanimous vote following his Triple Crown season. He paced the AL in home runs 49, RBI 122, and batting average .316, along with on-base percentage .410, slugging percentage .637, runs scored 122, and total bases 367. More importantly for Robinson, he led his Baltimore Orioles to their first AL pennant and then to a World Series sweep of the Dodgers. And he did it all with a bad right knee. So this man pictured here is Frank Robinson, named most valuable player of the American League in a unanimous vote on this day in 1966. Last but not least is this man pictured here. On this day in 1975, George Hatchett was appointed to the Florida Supreme Court by Governor Reuben Askew, who called the appointment the most satisfying act he performed as governor. George Hatchett became the first black justice to serve on Florida's highest court. Jim Crow laws prevented him from taking lunch or staying overnight in a hotel where the 2-day Florida bar exam was administered in 1959. So Jim Crow laws, if you're African American or you're African, perhaps you don't know much about American history or the terms that they use. The term Jim Crow was used to describe African people. So it was a derogatory term, which is no longer much in use. But these days, it is used to refer to laws that were made to oppress African American people or black people in America. So that's essentially what the Jim Crow law is about. So Jim Crow is not a person, just a term used to derogatively refer to African or black people or African American people. So in spite of this, Hatchett passed the exam, was admitted to the bar, and went on to become a man of many firsts. And now he has a courthouse named after him. The ceremony officially renamed the federal courthouse in Tallahassee, pictured here, the Joseph Woodrow Hatchett U.S. Courthouse and Federal Building, in honor of the trailblazing civil rights pioneer, lawyer, and judge. Hatchett was the first black justice to serve on the Florida Supreme Court when former Governor Reuben Askew selected him to replace Justice David McCain, who resigned amid corruption charges. The next year, when he stood for re-election, he became the first black man since Reconstruction to win a statewide election in the South, and remains the only Floridian to do so. Absolutely fantastic. So that's the end for today's Today in African History. Thanks for dropping by. If this is your first time, this is what we do on this channel. It's Today in African History channel. I want to talk about our history as Africans, as African Americans, as Black British people, wherever we're found in the world. Those from Australia, Asia, South America, wherever you are as an African person, this channel is for you. Let's learn about our history. Let's learn why we are still, as Africans, considered behind, considered mostly third world, even wherever we're found in the world. We tend to struggle to get jobs, good jobs. Financially, we're struggling with drug abuse, we're struggling with poverty. How did this all begin? Is there anything we can do to forestall this from happening in the future? Is there anything that's happened in the past that has put us where we are? Are there people we can look up to? You can see from this channel that I have highlighted a lot of people who have done great things as Africans. If they can do it, you can too. So join us in this journey of discovery, and hopefully one day you would also be able to inspire young African men and women to help the continent of Africa and Africans wherever they may be found. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you do like what we're sharing here, share the video, and then turn on your notification bell so that you receive updates of our video uploads. If you're a returning visitor, you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, like the videos, so turn on your notification bell as well so that you receive updates of our video uploads. So it's hasta la vista for now. See you on the 3rd of September 2023, bright and early. Take care of yourself. Thanks for dropping by once again. Bye-bye.